Good afternoon, everybody. Ragewood here, back with another Dragonheir Silent Gods videos. Continual weather report. Still hot here in the UK, hence the wife beater shirt. I make no apologies for that, but you're not here to know about that. With every new season means changes to the dungeons, and the Frost Domain is no different. Now, because it's season 4, they have tweaked them a little bit, made them a little bit harder, and it's something that we all have to sort of navigate. Alright, so this video I'm just going to sort of cover those changes. I'm going to take a look at the boss skills, and then look at my team, essentially. So, this has not changed. It won't change throughout any of these seasons, I don't believe, so anyone that is cold and necrosis will both take more damage and deal less. Okay. The boss here, she says her skills can do additional effects to enemies without buffs. Now that is new this season. Last season it was just simply a case of she put attack down on her first two abilities and you had a shield that you had to break. If you didn't break it, you were frozen. She now enters a chance spell casting periodically to deal damage and have a chance to stun enemies. At the bottom here it says this is what you should bring. I obviously meet two of these. I do have a cleanse from Ogok's battle skill, but obviously that is the battle skill, so you can't control that one. First passive then, when inflicting debuffs on enemies without buffs, the infliction chance increases and it ignores their resistance. So what it means by infliction chance, if there's a 50% chance to place attack down, this will go up to 75. I don't actually know if that is the number. That's just an example. The monster gains a 20% max HP shield when inflicting debuffs every time. So if you have attack down on you, and it goes through these first two abilities, it will stack that shield. So it's majorly important to try and get rid of those debuffs as soon as you can. Second passive, immune to control effects. Nothing's changed. These first two then. She deals cold damage to all enemies and dispels one buff from them. If they possess no buffs, there is a 100% chance of inflicting buff prohibition. So, in an ideal world, you want someone like a Philosia. Obviously, we can't use Philosia, but someone that will place, or even a Stangweb, that will place 2 buffs. So when this goes off, you still keep one, and then someone else that will place another buff, maybe around here. So again, when this goes off, you still get them. So you don't get this buff prohibition, and you don't get this ignore resistance or the increasing stacking shield. You'll notice that's not what I've done, but something to bear in mind. Do as I say, not as I do. The ultimate deals cold damage to all enemies and with a 100% chance to inflict entangled on them. Entangled takes damage over time with the chance of getting stunned upon each hit. It is not a girl with long blonde hair out of a tower window, the Disney film. And as you can see, 25% chance to inflict stun on you when you are entangled. That's a control effect, so get someone with control immunity. Again, maybe a Stangwem would be perfect here. Again, not someone I have brought in. These are just ideas that I've come up with since I started making this video and running teams. So what are we doing here then? We have Elminster. We have Elminster because he brings the control immunity and he brings the shield. He then also has accuracy penalty and attack penalty. You'll notice he has very little accuracy, so he's not going to be landing these very often. He's also unskilled. Ogok then. Ogok is here for his passive essentially. When he heals an ally, he spells one buff from them. Now we're only ever going to have buff prohibition on us, so we don't need something that says dispel all debuffs. Just need to get rid of the one. His battle skill heals all allies in a bing 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 bing. When he heals them, he'll obviously cleanse a debuff with a chance of inflicting attack down. His ultimate, he plays Immortality on all allies for 5 seconds, and then after a delay of 5, he will heal them. You still get the heal regardless of whether the Immortality gets placed, so he will still cleanse, and he's in the horn just to provide some more damage. Then I've got 2 new toys at the front. If you've seen my summon video, you will see that I pulled a lot of these and not much else on the S4 banner. So do have Paxton. He is wearing the Witch's Remains. He's only hitting once on the ultimate, so it's not ideal, but no one else can wear it at present. Mashtan, she's just in some whatever gear. Unskilled. I don't know if I like her, if I'm being honest. She would be great if you have an Ashetius with the passive where she just burns out from the word go, like Durango does with poison, but I don't. So, thinking about dropping her at some point, but we're leaving her in for now. I then have Arachez to blow up those burns, essentially, and he is in the, I would say, single best new artifact in S4. There are some really strong ones, but I think overall, because this only requires an epic soul, even though it says legendary, it only requires an epic soul to get, you're getting attack and attack percentage, and you're just gaining flat crit rate at the bottom here. 28% on day one. Day one, 28% crit is just huge. So on top of the 23 we've got, we're at 51. Not perfect, but it's higher than what you'll get anywhere else at this stage. So I do really like this. I even think these mythic artifacts that they're now called at level 8 only give you 25 off the top of my head. So really, really good. Enlightenment Aura, namely to help these two and the burns from himself. So let's have a roll, shall we? Burns go out straight away from Majtan. So that is one thing that I do like. And one thing I am going to do, I'm just going to hold off Ogok for a second. Just so we don't have all of the heals and everything on the same turn. Majtan doing her roll there. Giving attack up to burn allies, I believe. Yeah, still very unsure on whether I like her as a character with what I have. That's the important thing. Pikeston ulting one dude who was on death's door. Anyway, and then here we are. Granting attack up to herself. Pikeston is landing, getting his morale stacks as well. And as you can see, that shield gathering each time she places a debuff on us. We have the attack down, we have the defense down. We've now taken buff prohibition once more. Immortality has failed to come on us, but the heal and the battle seal coming in clutch at the end there. Entangled once more. Pikeston doing his thing, and it's essentially just a rinse and repeat at this stage. Now, I have done this on level 3, as you could see from earlier on. I could get to level 4, but I honestly don't remember what aura I had. Arachis with a big smack there. Pikeston coming back in with the defense down. Attack down, accuracy down. Is Ogok going to get it off? He does before. Obviously we lose it straight away, but we don't get the buff prohibition. And then just over the 2-minute mark, there we go. 2 minutes 3. It's actually my fastest time. Fastest time we have run that, so happy with that. So back, obviously, in the deployment screen. So once again, what would we run instead if you don't have these heroes? Well, the first thing I do is I'd love to bring in a Carf or an Ashetius if I had them, but I do not. What's important now is you want someone with control immunity for that ultimate. Now, obviously, Elminster has it on a battle skill, which is great, but you want to be able to try and control it if possible. This is where Eladia is great. I mentioned her in the burn video as well for a different reason. This one, she obviously brings a shield and control immunity on the ultimate, so you can control this. That is the important thing. Alright, you can decide when it goes up. The only thing you've got to be careful of and weigh up is the buff prohibition that she will put on you. Stanguem, you know, another hero that we all sort of trash talked in season 3, and you're right, she's not the best. She's not going to do damage and she doesn't bring too much, but what she does bring is defense up and control immunity. So again, another solid option for this. If you don't have these, you've got your Irma. The problem with Irma is obviously it is this dungeon, so you don't really want to use her. Same with Eladia, actually, I should have mentioned earlier. They are both could be taking increased damage here. And then Tarula is the other option. Now, she is amazing because she'll cleanse one person. Not everyone, so not ideal, but she does bring debuff immunity for that one hero. Again, not perfect, but better than nothing. Lydia brings it on herself as well. Malik, I think, is just on himself too. Oh no, so Malik could be another option. Not someone I have, but not someone I've worked with very often, and he actually removes control effects. If you bring him with enough resistance, he can certainly help you out there. So those are sort of your control immunity guys. Let's then look at our Dispel debuff heroes. Now, obviously, I've been running Ogok. Do bear in mind, obviously, when you're going through this, to read whether they cleanse one person or two. Asilla, just like I used in Flame Domain, you could use here. Rose can cleanse, so can Jillian. They do only cleanse one debuff, so you'd want to time these after the second first ability of the boss. Nathaniel has it on a battle skill, so it works, but you can't control it. Vikuk will clear too. And of course we have the almighty Enna once again that you can use. So there's quite a few options out there for you. Obviously attack down is nice to bring too. And then again, just insert damage dealer. If you're struggling to get rid of the shield, you could look at a Dispel Shield option too. These three being your free-to-play options. Yui Cartle has it on her battle skill though, so again you can't control it. Shook he does have it on his ultimate, same with Brody, so those are ones that you can control. And I think even Shield Prohibition is on Kirza, I think it is. But it's not on here, but I'm pretty sure Kirza, the epic that we got from Season 2, Pillar, I believe, has Shield Prohibition on her battle skill, so that might also come in handy. And I think she's actually the only person with Shield Prohibition. So there we are, guys. I've kept you long enough. Hopefully you found this insightful, and even if you don't have the heroes I used, hopefully it gives you, say, some ideas. Look after yourselves, everyone. You do take care. Work hard. But as always, play harder. And I'll see you in another video soon. Cheers for watching.